This video will show you how to replace the engine oil and filter on a Cadillac CTS with a 3.6 liter engine. Make sure you have 6 quarts of 5W30 oil and a brand new oil filter. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now to do an oil change, you will have to make your way under the front of the vehicle, so make sure you're in a safe area to do so. First, let's start under the hood. Under the hood, we're looking for our engine oil cap, which is along the driver's side of the engine compartment. Take hold of that cap, we'll turn it counterclockwise, lift it up and away. Of course, we'll inspect the seal. If it looks like it's dry rotted and cracked or damaged in any way, you're gonna have to replace it. This looks good, so I'll set it aside. Right next to where the oil fill cap was, you're going to find the housing for your engine oil filter. Use a 24mm socket. We're going to go ahead and turn this counterclockwise so we can remove the cap and remove the cartridge filter from inside. Keep in mind there could be oil in this area. We have hand and eye protection at all times. Now inside of that circular cap is where our filter is located. Let's bring this over a collection receptacle so we can remove the filter. Just go ahead and twist that right out of place. The next thing we have to do is clean and inspect the cap. When doing so, you also want to remove the circular O-ring or sealing ring that goes all the way around. The brand new filter should come with a brand new seal as well. We'll just use some parts cleaner here. Double check to make sure there's no debris in there. This looks good. Let's get the seal off of there. To remove the seal, I'm just using a small angled pick. You can also use a screwdriver if necessary. We'll dispose of that properly. Now we've got our brand new seal. That's going to go all the way down inside of this groove. It has to be in the proper groove, not anywhere on the threads. Otherwise, it's not going to seal properly. Just gently stretch it into position there. Bring it all the way around. Now I have some clean motor oil directly on a gloved finger. I'm just going to go around that sealing ring all the way around. It's going to act as a lubricant. Looking in the center of this cap, you can see exactly where the brand new oil filter will go. Line it up, press it on. Should be held in place. Before we get that in place here, I'm using a clean rag, just a quick wipe and a close inspection. We'll start bringing this down. We're turning it clockwise. You want to make sure it starts on by hand. We don't want this cross-threaded in the wrong positioning. Now I'm just going to lightly bottom it out using a small ratchet, and we'll be torquing this to 18 foot-pounds. Got my torque wrench. Double check to make sure it's secured. Try to clean any mess in this area. Let's make our way safely under the front of the vehicle. As we make our way underneath the vehicle, we're along the passenger side. Now here's where we can see our subframe, we can see our exhaust and our engine oil pan. This is our drain plug. We're going to be using a 13mm to start removing this drain plug. Of course, we have a collection receptacle under here. One thing I would note is as you start removing the drain plug, once it's loose enough, you can start pulling it away, but I typically like to try to keep most of it inside of the port so I can control the oil down and in rather than letting it come out sideways. 13mm here. As I mentioned, let's divert that oil down into our collection receptacle. We want to recycle all this oil properly. Now, while this finishes draining, let's have a close inspection of our drain plug. Looking at the drain plug, we're paying attention to the threaded area, confirming it's not stripped, but also as you look towards the flange, you can see a small rubber seal all the way around. Now, while that finishes draining, let's just have a quick look at our oil drain plug. We're paying attention to the threaded area, make sure it's not stripped. You also want to pay attention to the seal. Double check, make sure it's not cracked or damaged. This looks good. Now, as you can tell, I still have a couple drips here. It could take a while to fully drain out. I'm just going to give this a quick wipe and a close inspection. Want to make sure there's no pre-existing seal or debris. Let's start in our drain plug. We'll bottom it out and then torque that to 18 foot-pounds. Got my torque wrench. Let's go ahead and clean up the area. Make sure it's nice and dry, no oil there, so we can double check for leaks in the end. This looks good. At this point, we can make our way safely out from under the vehicle, back under the hood. So we're under the hood. Let's install a funnel here. Now 6 quarts of 530 oil. Got our last quart. Let's remove that funnel, reinstall our engine oil cap. Double check, make sure that's secured in place. Now the next thing you have to do is start the vehicle and let it run for approximately 5 or 10 seconds, turn it right back off. That's going to circulate the oil throughout the engine oiling system, and then we'll make our way back out here to our engine oil dipstick. Okay, so we ran the vehicle. Let's remove that dipstick. Now we'll just give it a quick wipe. Now when we look at the oil dipstick, what we're looking for is this area here, right where my thumb is. You can see this hatched area. We want to try to have the engine oil level approximately up near the top of that. Never over the hatched area and never under the hatched area. With that said, let's go ahead and reinstall this so we can check that oil level. Okay. All right, so now as we look at that oil level, we can see we're exactly where we need to be. As I mentioned, you just don't want to be above it or below the hatch line. Just a quick wipe, we'll reinstall that dipstick, make sure it's fully secured in place. Okay, friend, we finished out here. The next thing we have to do is make our way inside the passenger compartment so we can reset our engine oil life monitor. To start resetting the oil life monitor, we'll have the key in the on position without the key running. That's 2 clicks. Let's pay attention in this screen here. We're going to have to make our way throughout the settings screen. We'll reset anything that doesn't need to be there. Now we're paying attention up along the top. We'll have to scroll through the settings. It only took 1 clip. This may take several attempts to get to the proper point. We essentially want to see where it says engine oil life. We're going to reset it. Mine says 53%, so I'm holding down the clear button. Once it's reset to 100%, you've finished the job. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.